What's up, guys? Welcome back to another one here on Keystone Woods and Water. Today, I have nothing going on, so I figured what better to do than film a video. I've seen people do this before, and I thought it would be a really fun video for me to film, and also for everyone to watch. I have a tiny bit of lure making experience, but we'll see where the final product ends up. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to make the lure, so let's get rolling. So I'm under a tree right now, looking for some wood to make my lure. This is a pine tree, or these two trees are pine trees, so I think that means that the wood will float. I'm going for a spook kind of bait, so I'm looking for something that's not too big but not too small. I think I might have just found what I found. I found a stick. Stupid mosquitoes. I found a stick. Now we're just gonna have to go back to the house and start milling it down. So I've got the piece of wood here, and I'm gonna cut it down a little bit just to make it easier to work with. This is the part that I'm going to use, the long part. So now I'm just going to shave off the bark with a knife. I'm going with more of a spook style bait, so they have rounded ends, so I'm going to use this file here and round out the ends. So there's the overall profile of the bait. Let me get this to focus. There we go. So there's the overall profile of the bait. It's gonna be a smaller spook, but it's a little bit rough right now. So we're gonna finish it off with just some sanding. Not too much, just to get rid of the kinks and divots. So I got some sandpaper here. I don't know what grit it is. 220 grit sandpaper, and we're just gonna finish this off. This is a lot smoother than it was before. We're gonna wipe this down, get the sawdust off, so I'll see you downstairs for the painting process. So right now I have all my painting materials here. We're just using acrylic paint, and yeah, we have blue, green, red, yellow, and white. Just 5 colors, and then a small paintbrush, and then a stand that I made out of a clothes hanger. And a plate for mixing the paint. First, I'm going to change out of this white shirt though. I'm going to press this paper clip into the top just so that I can hang it and hold it without getting paint on my hands. Perfect. I'm going to start out with coating the whole thing in white. It's all white now, we're just going to let that dry. I'm going to go rinse out my brush too. The place I'm going to be fishing is a pond, so the main source of bait in there is a bluegill. I'm kind of just looking at pictures here, trying to get an idea of what this bait is going to look like. I think I'm going to go with a darker green at the top, faded down into a whitish orange at the bottom. We're just about dry. We'll give it a couple more seconds. I don't have black, so I don't know how this green is going to turn out. Ew. That's not too bad. I'm going to start at the top. Or I'm going to make a line through the middle, and then, oh, I actually don't know how I'm going to do this. I think that turned out pretty good. An airbrush would certainly make that a whole lot easier, but I'm dealing with what I got. Bluegills have that orange little patch on their chin or whatever, so I'm gonna add that. I have no clue how to mix orange. I haven't taken an art class in 2.5 years, so we'll see how this goes. I think there's more yellow involved than red. I think I nailed it, guys. That's some pretty good orange right there. I think that's a little bit better. It stands out more. And that's what I was going for there. I'm going to go rinse out the brush, and then once this is dry, we'll take it upstairs into the garage or outside, and we'll do some spray painting. Get some scales in there. Definitely darken up the back a little bit. Hopefully it turns out pretty good. Okay, so I got this net, and hopefully it'll make it look like the bait has scales. I'm going to hit it with some black spray paint and some orange spray paint. Now I'm going to flip it and repeat that process on the other side. I want to make the top of the bait darker, so I cut out a stencil to help keep the black only on the top. So bluegill have dark vertical lines that run along the side of their body. So I made 2 stencils to help make those lines crisp. With the top being painted and the stripes being added, all I'm gonna do now is add some eyes, maybe a couple fins, the gills, and then seal it and then put some hardware on. I'm back in the basement now. I'm getting ready to paint the eyes. For the eyes, I'm just gonna use some white paint, do some circles, and then fill it in with a Sharpie, which I need to go get. I couldn't find Sharpie, so I just grabbed a pen. I'm going to mix some light blue to do the fins. I'm actually really proud of how this bait's coming along. We're not done it yet though, we got to keep on going. I have one more thing left to paint on, and that's the 2 little fins that I wanted to do. I'm going to start coloring in the eyes, and it's not working. I'm going to go look harder for a Sharpie. I found one. Now I'm going to try to use the pen to outline the gill. This is a Pilot G2 black pen. I'm also going to try to add some details on the little fins. Didn't turn out too bad. There's the completed, painted bass lure that I'm going to attempt to catch a bass on. I'm really proud of it. I mean, I'm just scared to death that I'm going to chuck it up in a tree or something. Yeah, we'll go upstairs, we'll seal it. Actually, before I seal it, I'm going to drill some holes and put the hardware in, put the eyelets in, so that they are somewhat glued inside. Okay, so I went digging around and found 3 of these little eyelets, and I already put 2 hooks on them and split rings, just to get that out of the way. But I'm gonna drill some pilot holes here, just so that these can go in a little bit easier. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Alright, I'm gonna screw these in now. Nice and easy, of course. There we go. Man, I mean, if I was a fish, I would eat that. I'm gonna head up now and seal this bait. It'll seal the wood so that no water gets in, and it'll also help keep the eyelets from sliding out as it acts as a glue, pretty much. Here's the spray. I'll give it a good coating right now, and then I'll come back in about an hour and a half and give it another good coating. It's actually been about 2 hours now, and I'm gonna apply the second coat. So the homemade spook is complete. I have it all rigged up on my Piscivin Torrent 7:1 gear ratio with a 610 medium heavy action Mach 1 speed stick rod. Hopefully I can get out there and complete this challenge. We'll see you at the pond. Alright, so we're walking down to the area where I'm going to be fishing this spook. I'm really excited to see what this looks like in the water. See how it performs. Buddy, hopefully you can complete this challenge for me, man. First cast. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Let's go! Homemade spook challenge complete. Oh my gosh. Dude, you have no idea how I feel right now. I'm back at the house now, and that there at the end said it all. I had never caught a fish on topwater before, so seeing that fish jump all the way up out of the water to eat a lure that I had made with my own hands hours before, it was just so amazing and exhilarating for me. If you like this video and want to see more challenges like this, give Grayson and I suggestions on other challenges that we can do, because I thought this one was super fun. We really appreciate you sticking around to the end of this video. We'll try to get more of these bass fishing videos out, but we got hunting coming in the fall shortly, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Other than that, we will see you in the next one.